All right, Mr. Lasse Landeck. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Thanks for flying in all the way from Germany, Frankfurt?
Yes, I've been Germany, from Munich actually. I flew in.
Beautiful. So Lasse literally flew all the way just to Cyprus just to be on this podcast. You're flying tomorrow back, as far as I know?
Yes, I meet a friend of mine and then I go back probably. Yeah.
Nice. So you are about to be the most popular and best earning dating coach in the German-speaking market. How does it feel?
It feels incredible actually. I never expected this. And I hustled hard for it, I think. And try to do my best. But I'm also thankful. So
boom. What do you think is like the distinguishing factor? We're getting right out with the hardcore questions. What do you think was the game changer for you? That, because I remember when you came to us, you already did a little bit, but then of course nowhere near the level where you're at right now. Was there like one thing that stood out where you said that was kind of the game changer, where it started clicking?
I think it have been several factors that helped me. Like one thing, of course, was improving my sales skills, but also getting more professional. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's funny because with the dating niche, I mean, obviously, it was the same for me. It's like you come in very, bro-ish, like bro t-shirt, what's up, guy? Because it's kind of like that's kind of the niche, And then I had to relearn that myself to be like, okay, maybe don't be that unprofessional. Maybe put on a nice shirt and stuff like that. For you, obviously, that learning curve was shortcut. But for me, I mean, if you still dig up my old videos, I'm there with two pieces of clothing. No shoes, no socks, no underwear, just shorts and the tank top. My famous Jurassic Park tank top. Like, I would literally, towards the end, I had already been making multiple millions a year. I would be on stage with just shorts and a Jurassic Park tank top. And it was funny because we would still close per public speaking gig like 100 to 200,000 pitched by a guy with 2 items of clothing on, So, and for you went down the more professional route very quickly. And the cool thing is too is like, because we talk about the best earning coach and stuff like that, but ultimately what's really the best thing is you actually give a damn about your clients and your clients get phenomenal results. And I think that's also one of the contributing factors to that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think it was also always one thing that set me apart from many other coaches, because they just don't care. Like they get the people in the program, they never text them or something. And I always did also maybe too much sometimes. Like when they text me, I did like personal stuff, extra and stuff. But you also told me it's actually a good thing. So yeah, it's really important, of course. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I also think it's, as a dating coach, you're so for example, if someone comes to us and they're like a coach for, I don't know, charisma in the business world or how to climb up the career ladder, you're still kind of more in line with the business aspect of things. But as a dating coach, you're naturally so far away with the from everything business, because if you're good at dating, you're usually a little bit on the crazier side. You're a little bit more on the outgoing side. You think more outside the box. And a lot of dating coaches, when they want to build a business, they do exactly not what you do, which is you're going above and beyond for your clients. You're there for them, sometimes even too much, as you said. But a lot of dating coaches are just like, well, because I am the coolest guy in the world, people should just pay me. Like, why would I go above and beyond for my clients? Because I'm so cool anyways, right? So it's really difficult for many dating coaches to do that mental gymnastics to arrive at the point where you're like, okay, I might be the cool guy when I'm on a date with a girl, but I have to be the super humble guy that is there to serve my clients when it comes to my business. And that juxtaposition is sometimes really hard to do for many dating coaches. But for you, I don't know. You were always super humble when you started with us, and you're still super humble, and you just do it. You do what you need to do, and that's kind of cool. Did you always have this kind of work ethic within you?
Yes, I did. I think that's also a thing that's really good for myself. I actually got it from my dad, I think, because he's like really structured person who does a lot, who does sports every day almost, and
it's the opposite of my dad.
Interesting.
What does your dad do?
He's teacher.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Like high school or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your mom?
She didn't work. She stayed at home and
nice.
raised us.
That's great. Wait, you have siblings?
Yes, I have a brother.
I never knew. Did you know Lasse has a brother? What's his name?
I think never told you. His name is Mika.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Finnish name?
I think so, yeah. Or Finnish, Swedish.
Why? I'm getting confused. But your parents are both German.
They are both German, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always confusing, yeah. Actually, the reason I think, I'm not 100% sure with the Mika thing, but I also have like a Swedish name.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like because there's a child story, a Swedish, in Germany. It's called the Kinder of Bullerby, or Kinder from Bullerby.
I know, my mom read that to me.
Nice.
Kinder von Bullerby.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. You just like undug a childhood memory of mine.
Yeah.
So in there's a guy named Lasse?
Exactly.
No way. I had no idea. That's so funny, man.
Yeah, it's really nice. And actually, there's another guy that's named Bosse. And before they thought name me Bosse, but I'm really happy that they called me and named me Lasse because
Bosse would be kind of weird, man. It's like a rap name.
Kinda, yeah. Like kinda special name. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And I think because of this, they thought about Mika because it's kind of same direction like Scandinavian.
Yeah. That
Finnish.
could be. You never asked him. You never bothered to ask.
Actually, I don't think. Or probably I already forgot. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how much you had another record month last month, I think.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost a record month.
How much was the last month?
I think it was 82,000
euros. That is. Damn, man, that's beautiful, man. And you got a pretty small team. Like, it's not like you got a huge team with huge expenses. You got two, 3 people that help you with new clients, and you have 2, 3 coaches that help you. I think, and one cutter for the videos.
Yeah, I think it's now like 12 or 14 people. It's actually getting bigger now.
I was about to say, okay.
Yeah, last month. But yeah, no, it's really, really good. It's crazy.
Nice, man. And again, you know, it's a reflection of the high quality that you deliver to your clients. And it's not just that you're sitting here counting money. It's actually just the fair reward for the over-delivering that you're doing to your clients. And I hear really, really epic results from the people that are coming in. So that's always great. And so here's a cool thing. It's like you coach your clients mostly purely online, but then you also always do these meetups in Germany and stuff, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Sick. How many people do show up to that?
The next one is like planned for Frankfurt, and then already I think it's 40 to 50 people now. And it's really nice, so we can meet each other in person and stuff, and it's for free for them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's only clients, or can like followers also join?
No, only clients.
Damn, that is so amazing.
That's crazy.
I mean, you know, like whenever I think back to my dating coaching times, it was so difficult to have a community. And I don't know why, but I think for us guys, this whole idea of like having a community of people that also want to self-improve and get better and put themselves out there, it's really rare because, you know, if you're a guy that is, I mean, this sounds really crazy now because nobody wants to admit it, but if you're a guy and you feel lonely, right? You don't have a partner, you're not popular, you don't have cool friends, like all, you know, usually your friends are on equal level as you, so they're all, you know, loners playing video games just like you. That, at least that was the case for me. And then it was so difficult to get a community of action takers that also wanted to like improve their lives and stuff like that. And then, you know, when I built that in Vienna, I was so happy that I had like 10, 11, 12 friends that were also crushing. They were going out, they were working on their self-discipline, they were hitting the gym, we would go to the gym together. And it was super, super duper valuable. And then when I moved to Washington, D.C. for a semester abroad, I had no one again. So I was really sad that I had left Vienna, kind of like at the climax of coolest friends. I had so many great female friends there as well, and so many kind of like, you know, relationships. It was really amazing. And then I left, and then I had to rebuild that in Washington, D.C., and I rebuilt it within like 8 weeks. And it was so awesome that I was really super sad when I moved back to Vienna. It was really cool, and I had to put so much work in. And now seeing, you know, guys like you who just provide this for their clients is it's so valuable. You can never forget that. I mean, some of the guys that I met on my journey back then, they're still my best friends. You know, I still meet them in Vienna, and one of my friends specifically now, he has 3 kids now already. Other people are happily married. I think he's not married yet, but you know, he has 3 kids with his girlfriend, so it's pretty serious. And we always meet in Vienna. We have steak. He's also making whatever 150, 250K a month and stuff like that. So, I mean, some of these friendships you just have for life. And you know, for you right now, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Damn, you know, you're 26. You don't even know yet how valuable the stuff is that you have, that you're giving your clients, because the older you get as a guy, the more tired you become, the more bitter you turn from all the shit that's been throwing at you as a man over the years. All the disappointments, all the friendships that have fallen apart through lies, through scarcity, through fear, all the rejection that you've been through. Like, they turn a man, the average man, very, very bitter once they're turning 30, 32, 33, something like that. And friendships, real friendships, become really rare. And what becomes even more rare are real friendships of 2 guys that are both crushing it in life. Because usually around their 30s, guys just, you know, like I said, they become losers, their hair falls out, they get fat, their testosterone starts dipping. So having another friend that is crushing it alongside with you, and that guy's a real friend and not just a superficial friend, it's super, super rare. So what you're doing actually is you're providing a platform for all these men out there that are being pulled apart from so many different directions. On one direction, it's this whole toxic masculinity. It's bad to be a man. You should feel bad about yourself if you want a woman. You should feel bad about yourself if you want to be manly. And on the other hand, you're being pulled apart by your own emotions of all the shit that's thrown at you. Because as a man, you're just a dumping ground for everything. And on the other hand, you can't be open about your fears, about your sadness sometimes, because if you talk too much about your emotions as a guy, you're just a weakling. You're being laughed at, you know. It's so rare as a guy to just say, like, yeah, I'm going to therapy because I want to fix the mess in my head. Not many men have the courage to do that. Or even things like crying, you know. I like crying. I cry quite frequently because it's a very beautiful feeling to cry. Most of the times I cry for joy, but even that is frowned upon. And you're being just torn apart from all sides. And having kind of, on one hand, a mentorship program like yours, but then also the community that comes along with it, and the leadership that comes from you and the other coaches in your team, that is ultra, ultra freaking rare. So I get it, man. For you right now, you're like, it's cool, I'm giving value to my clients, it's really amazing, and everybody wins, and they get great results, and we're also helping people, and we're making money, and everybody's happy. That's all great, but like far, far, far beyond that, you're creating friendships, you're creating families, you're creating relationships, you're creating marriages. Like, just wait until you get the first couple of guys that invite you to their damn weddings that you facilitated. Like, you're building something that is gonna last for decades, man. That is gonna improve people's families' lives for decades. So how does that make you feel, man?
Yeah, actually, really good. Yeah, as you said, actually, now that you said it, I can see it with like people who apply, also like who are older.
Yeah.
Some of them have this issue. They don't have any friends or something.
Yep.
So it's really important, of course. And already so many friendships are built also, like from coaching participants. So yeah, actually really important, and the people really enjoy it also. They tell us they like it in the program. Yeah. Like this networking stuff. It's really
Hell
good.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's a big aspect, this like tribal aspect. We see it too, you know, with Freedom Business Mentoring, like the people that come in, you know, I mean, if I look at people like Robin, he used to be a client of ours. He's now doing your ads, right? Robin Bauman.
Yes.
He was a client of ours, and he literally often says that he's like, I spent my last money on your program back then, Max. And I mean, now he's generated, I think, over 70 million for his clients. And he's making a ton of money, of course, in commissions. And it's freaking beautiful, you know. And so there's always a community aspect to these things. Anyways, man, what's your plans now? So you've been to Germany. Now you came here to Cyprus for like 2 nights. And then you go back to Germany. Like, I thought you were like traveling in like big time. You're not doing that anymore?
Yes, I'm still doing it. and I also will do it quite soon again. But first we have to prepare the live event in Frankfurt. So I have to stay here a couple of weeks and prepare everything, prepare the speaking and stuff.
Nice.
So we're also in Germany four times a year at least. Like for the live events we have to be. Yeah. And I also like it to be back and meet my family and people. It's also good. So, but after this we will go abroad again, or we'll travel again.
Where? You already know?
No, the next one is Bali, and then New Zealand, and then back to Germany. Oh, it will be nice.
Yeah, you booked it already, New Zealand?
Yeah.
How long are you gonna be there?
1 month each.
Damn. When?
After the live event, like it's November in Bali and December in New Zealand, and before Christmas we will come back to Germany.
Right. So it's gonna be summer then in New Zealand, or what?
Yes, exactly.
Dang. And you're gonna see the Hobbiton, the Lord of the Rings Shire thing that they built?
Probably not, because it's directly on the other island.
Wait, hold on a second. How many islands is New Zealand?
It has 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has like North Island and South Island, and we are on the south, really far down.
What the hell are you doing? That's the only reason I would go to New Zealand. Oh yeah, 2. No, there's more even, huh?
More islands?
Yeah, there's a smaller one at the south tip.
Possible, yeah.
Stewart Island.
Okay. Yeah, that's possible. But
Amazing.
there are 2 really big ones. So
the one where are you staying
ones.
Exactly? Queenstown or?
Yeah, in Queenstown.
Alright.
Also have someone there I know, a friend, so we stay there. It's quite nice.
Man, holy cow! I'm looking at some pictures there. It looks crazy.
It's really.
How are you flying there?
Crazy nature.
I mean, you probably have like 3 flights or something. Oh well, from Bali, it's probably 1 or 2 flights, huh?
Yeah, it's perfect. Like from Bali, you have like almost a direct flight. Probably in Sydney, I think we stop.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you gonna fly business or first class or something like that?
No.
I mean, come on, man. Amex points, man.
Yeah, I have enough, but there's also a friend going with me, so he doesn't go, so I just fly normal.
That's nice. Not everybody's like me who just flies alone first class. I flew first class and pretty much just flew coach. But
made some pictures.
Yeah, I think I told you though, like once we have enough Amex points, we'll fly both because it's exquisite. Oh hell yeah, we're gonna milk that. The cool thing is, it really makes a big difference if you fly first class on the long haul flights in regards to like jet lags. Like you had like a pretty hard jet lag when we flew to Japan for 2-3 days, and I was probably also probably also because I had the blue light blocking glasses on, so I was just, but I slept, man. It was beautiful. First we flew to Dubai, 5-hour flight. I got some steak and chicken. I always order like 2-3 main courses there. And then I had we had like a 30-minute layover in the lounge where I got a Special K's. So good. Shout out to Kellogg's. Special K is best cheat food ever. And then was like a 9-10 hour flight to Japan or something. And it's just like you just eat and sleep. You wake up, boom, you're there. And I was passed out. Those folks got me so drunk. I flew business all the time before that for many years. But for some random reason, it never really occurred to me that I should fly first class because I was like, it's probably the same. But no, there's a big difference, business and first class still. And they just got me so drunk. You know, you're sitting down and they're like, oh, you want some champagne? And it's like whatever cuvée or whatever they have. I don't know anything about champagnes. And then you're like, wow, first class. Sure. I usually don't drink, right? So it kicks in like crazy. And then I already have a pretty good buzz going on. And then you drink some wine with the steak. And then you're even more drunk. And then they're like, oh, by the way, for the caviar, it's like traditional to drink a shot of vodka. And I'm like, it was already drunk, you know. I was like, yeah, bring it on, let's go, you know. So I drink the vodka. And I passed out. I was like, hey, can you make my bed? And then they make the little bed for you, and you pass out. And then I woke up like an hour before we touched down, I think. I had some more snacks, some more food, and then boom, landed in Japan. And it was beautiful. It was such a cool experience. You've never been to Japan, right?
No.
You gotta go. We're pretty much locals now after 1 month. Local gaijins.
Yeah, I've seen you did some crazy stuff there also, right? With the car and stuff.
Yeah. That was really, it's underestimated how cool the car culture there is. And it really kind of inspired me to buy like a Japanese car there, a stock car there, and get it tuned and modified by some guy there, you know? Like my dream, did I tell it in the previous podcast already? I can't remember. My dream is to buy like a Nissan Skyline or a GTR there and just buy it and then go to like a famous, competent car tuning modification expert in Tokyo and just be like, here's 200K, see you in 6 months, go nuts, right? It comes 6 months back, after 6 months come back and pick up my tuned car and then just have like rent a garage space somewhere in Yokohama in the industry district and, you know, just have like a nice linen over the Nissan GTR and then, you know, I fly back from Europe to Japan, like from one life to my second life, take an Uber from the airport to the Nissan GTR, just, you know, open the garage, you know, dust it off, just pull down the linen from the car and then just drive around. That's kind of my dream. That's the guy. But he probably has like a waiting list. Akira Nakai. He probably has like a 6-year waiting list or something like that. I can imagine.
Smokes a cigarette.
Yeah. Have you seen him? He always smokes a cigarette while he's like tuning. Doesn't he only do Porsches?
Yeah.
So I gotta buy a Porsche. All right, I'll buy a Porsche. I don't mind. Akira Toriyama, Akira Nakai. Yeah, I know how to spell him, but I can't find him on the gram. Akira Nakai-san. Wow, look at the Porsches that he makes. Oh, look at that. I kind of got to buy a Porsche now, huh? Look at these. God.
Looks fancy, huh?
Yeah, just two. One for Japan, one for Cyprus, you know. Well, they are. Oh, there I found him. Akira Nakai-san, 23,000 followers. What a top G, this guy. You know, it's weird because, so, he smokes cigarettes, right? And I used to be super against cigarettes. Still am, don't get me wrong. But kind of the nicotine aspects, the stuff that nicotine does to your brain, it's pretty crazy. Like the first time I kind of heard about it was when I read On Writing by Stephen King. It's the only Stephen King book I ever read, which is him writing about how to write a book. And he's like, oh yeah, like the first 10 books he wrote is just nicotine. And cocaine, but I'm not going to touch that stuff. But nicotine, he's like, he just smokes like a pack of cigarette a day when he writes, sometimes even more. And I never understood that. I always thought nicotine is just something that gets you addicted, but actually nicotine is like highly stimulating to the brain. And I remember when we still lived in Kiev, we would drink green tea and smoke shisha when we would have business meetings, me and my back then head of sales. And I would just have all these great ideas and my brain would just be fired up. And I always thought it's from the green tea, but it was the mix of caffeine and nicotine that really, really, really kicked in. And so that's kind of crazy. So when I see this Akira Nakai guy smoking cigarettes while he does the tuning, he probably does that for like the creativity aspect of things, you know? So the real question is like, is there a way to kind of get the benefits of nicotine while at the same time minimizing the drawbacks? So of course not. Cigarettes probably not going to be the go-to thing. Vaping probably also not. But what I've just been recommended to by Christian Wolf, who's a German entrepreneur who recognized me at the gym in in Paphos here. He's taken nicotine gums. And he's just chewing these nicotine gums. And he's like, yo, I chew them when I do cardio. They're great. They feel amazing. And, you know, I'm not going to say he's a fitness expert because he has a big fitness company doesn't necessarily make him a fitness expert. But he's in incredible shape. He works out 7 times a day. He told me 7 times a day, 7 times a week. And he's just doing nicotine gums when he's doing the Stairmaster. And he was like, yo, I can give you some nicotine gums if you want. I'm like, I'll try it. So I went to the pharmacy and I bought a pack of nicotine gums. And we just tried them. Can we get some more? Can we try them?
It had no effect with the one. You chewed it for half an hour.
You had this too where it scratches in your throat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But I don't notice anything yet.
It literally feels like a cigarette. it's like smoke in your throat.
Yeah,
That's kind of how it messed me up, and I didn't. It's super spicy, kind of. It's just a weird. Primoz should try it too again. Like maybe he just didn't feel the thing, you know. Primoz, can you take one too? Let's all do the
I'll take
Nicorette thing. You take 3. Are you
like one had no effect.
Good luck. Okay, I'll have one. We're not sponsored by Nicorette. I just wanna.
Should I take also one?
yeah. I mean, at first it was good. You know, the first one is like, tastes like a normal gum, right? And then it gets really weird, you know. Alright, so we see how the podcast is gonna last. You know, one time I was on the podcast of Manuel Gonzalez. No, he was on my podcast, my old podcast, Dating Advice. And Manuel Gonzalez, he was like, he came to Helsinki just to do podcast with me. It was really funny because he's like, yeah, I'll meet you at your place to do a podcast. And I had back then, I think I already surpassed Tyler in terms of brand size. So I was pretty big already, and I made more than $1 million a year. But then I still lived in a student apartment in Helsinki for like $1,000 a month because my mind hasn't really caught up to the amount of money that I made. So in my head, I'm like, why would I live in a baller place? I just need a bed and a kitchen table to hustle. And then Manuel Gonzalez came in and he's like, this is where you live? What the hell? I thought you're like an entrepreneur. And I'm like, what? He's like, yo, you're making money, right? I'm like, yeah. Well, why do you live in a student apartment? And that's where it really came up to me. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, why really? Why do I? And anyways, and he's like, hey, I brought some modafinil. Take this and we'll do the podcast. And I'm like, okay. And you know what modafinil is? It's a nootropic. It's the nootropic that the movie Limitless is based on. Have you seen the movie Limitless? Great movie.
No, didn't see it.
Anyway, so I took the modafinil and I just ranted for 3 hours. Way worse than what I do now. I'm already ranting completely sober, right? But with modafinil, a nootropic, I was just going crazy. And it was all about Star Wars, I think. I think it was like a 3-hour podcast on like Star Wars theories. Anyways, do you feel anything? I already feel the scratching in my throat.
Me also.
Primoz is from Slavic countries. Maybe it's just in your genes. You have no thought. Zero.
Yeah, seems like whole like 2 packs in like 3 days. Last week, so.
He took snus. You know what the snus is? The chew tobacco, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, Lasse, here's what I found interesting. You're kind of a nerd too, right?
Yeah. I would say so.
So German nerd. What makes you nerdy?
I think I always had really nerdy hobbies. That was also some part of it, I think, because I wasn't like really the most interesting person in high school or something, or the most liked person in high school who was really outgoing or something, because I had this thought that it's weird that I do like this special hobbies, maybe for example like fishing stuff, or
that is funny.
Stuff like this. Yeah, or also I did some mushroom collecting and stuff. And all the other guys were already drinking and playing soccer and stuff, and I was like fishing with my friend. Like,
you know, it's funny because it's actually really freaking that now that I'm 30, I'm like, that sounds like a lovely day, fishing and collecting mushrooms in the forest, man.
Yeah, it was really nice. Now also I still do it and I still like it, so but now I more embrace it, I think.
Do you take girls with you on mushroom collecting? Have you been on a mushroom date?
Every girlfriend I had, I took with me.
Yeah? Do they like it?
Depends, like I had...
It's getting funny.
So the thing is, they like me, so they always went with me, you know, and I talked to them, it was okay. But I had one, was a little bit like, I hope she's not won't hear it.
What was her name?
I think I shouldn't tell the name. And she was a little bit more like... like with her appearance was really important, and she didn't do like this stuff, you know, and sometimes you're full of dirt when you're out in the wild and stuff. She didn't enjoy it that much actually, but it was also kind of funny, so I also took her with me.
Did she show up with like high heels or something? Like a Gucci bag and high heels?
not that verse, but she wasn't completely prepared. I
And
would
you
say.
took her fishing and mushroom, or just one of them?
Actually both.
Yeah, at the same day.
No, it was different days.
And then she broke up, or you broke up.
Yeah, I broke up. So yeah.
she didn't have the necessary enthusiasm to go mushrooms.
That wasn't the main reason, but yeah.
Tell me about mushroom collecting. Like, what mushrooms can you collect? Which ones are good? I know nothing. I know the yellow ones. Chanterelle.
That are really good, actually.
Eierschwammel, how we call them in Austria.
Yeah.
How do you call them in Germany?
Pfifferlinge.
Pfifferlinge, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So actually, Austria is really good for mushroom collecting, by the way. Yeah.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah, there are some different ones. You know, some are really poisonous and they look really similar. So you have to have a lot of knowledge.
Ooh, the knowledge. Drop us some
Yes.
knowledge. How do I distinguish the poison mushrooms from the good ones?
Yeah, depends on the mushrooms. There are like thousands of mushrooms.
Okay.
Like, for example, like the yellow one you told me.
Yeah.
There's one that looks kind of exactly the same. It's really rare, so you're unlucky when you collect it and eat it, then you're unlucky, but you would die.
You would die?
If you eat too much, yes.
How many do I need to eat to die?
I don't know exactly how much, but I would say like a handful of it or something would be already quite bad, yeah? You should be careful.
Do they taste the same? Or do they taste like soapy? By the way, I have to get rid of this gum. My body is going crazy. Yeah, thanks, man.
It's really sharp in the program.
Yeah, we're weak, man. I feel kind of dizzy, too. As a guy with zero tolerance for any sort of substances, like, I feel everything. I literally feel the sugar when I eat fruit. Like, when I eat, like, a pack of strawberries, I get, like, kind of high from that, just because I get the sugar rush. I get a headache already. Thanks, man. No, look, we just put him in here.
Interesting.
This is almost worse than smoking a cigarette.
I've never smoked a cigarette, so don't know.
You never smoked a cigarette? Not even tried?
No.
We should get cigarettes and try it on the podcast. We're just sitting there with the cigarette.
I would do it. I wouldn't do it. I already put it. Yeah.
You never tried? Pretty much what I thought you were gonna keep doing it. What's up? What? You felt it too.
No, I don't feel it. That's why I put it out, because it's weak.
I get like a throat and my head is dizzy now. And I'm hot. Do you have this?
Hot also, yeah.
Yeah, your body temperature, like you start sweating. I don't know. I don't feel it. It does nothing. It just makes me feel worse. I just stick to my clean diet, steak every day. Anyways, back to the mushrooms. So okay, so that one, don't eat that. What about the other ones?
Yeah, like you asked me, I think, how you can see the difference between them, right?
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a really small difference. Like, we really have to have a good eye of it. And even advanced people sometimes collect the wrong one. So it's kind of dangerous.
And then they die.
Yeah, depends how much they eat. And there's also less dangerous you can...
Okay. They're just going to give you like a stomach ache or something like that?
Exactly,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Stomach ache and other stuff. Other interesting stuff.
What about the red and white, the freaking, what are they called? Fliegenpilze.
Fliegenpilze.
You know, what are they called in English?
Oh, I have no idea.
Poisonous. They're poisonous, right?
They're also poisonous, but also like you can get high from them, like drugs.
Some
people use it, like some.
No way.
Yeah.
So I guess if you eat too much, you die. Fly mushrooms, they're called, by the way. Fly mushrooms.
Fly mushrooms makes sense.
They look sick.
I think you can also die, but you have to eat a lot of them. So.
And they give you hallucinations, or what do they do?
They give you hallucinations, yes. So some people do it. They dry it and then they also smoke it, I think, sometimes.
Oh my god.
Some stuff.
Oh my god. All right. So what are like the most common ones that you find in your area? The yellow ones?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah.
But they are more rare, but more like Steinpilze.
Oh, I know these. They're white, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, what are they called? Let me hold up. We're going to do some German lessons here. Some German mushroom lessons. Steinpilz English. It is called porcini. Oh, porcini mushrooms. Of course. I love porcini mushrooms on the pizza.
Yeah.
Man.
They taste really special and intense. It's kind of nice.
Hell yeah. And they got a good chewy consistency. I mean, I'm a big fan of mushrooms, man. I love eating mushrooms in pasta, on pizza, in burgers. It's time for another cheat day.
There was one mushroom restaurant in Ukraine. Everything is made out of like a mushroom.
A mushroom restaurant in Ukraine?
Like premium. Like you can order meat with like tons of everything is mushroom.
Did you visit us in Ukraine? I can't remember.
No.
Where? Oh no, we met always when I was in Nuremberg at Rock and Park.
Yeah.
And then we met once in Dubai when you flew to Thailand.
Yeah.
When you had like a layover, that was also funny timing.
That was nice. Yeah. It was
Really, next time you gotta take. Here's what we should do. You should take your crew or parts of your crew, and I should take parts of my crew, and we rent a giant villa here in Cyprus, and we stay for a week. How cool would that be? Imagine. I saw villas for like 15K or something per week, like right at the beach, and they're so sick. We should stay there and then just cheat day, ice cream, pizza, the whole thing. We should do that when you guys crack like 250K or something like that. That would be freaking cool.
The ones on there.
Those are not even baller enough. I saw way more baller ones, like right at you're right at a cliff. You know, they have such beautiful places here in Cyprus. It's incredible. The stuff that they're building here, they're expanding so much. It's beautiful. And we met another client of ours, Patrick. He was staying down there at the 5-star hotel. Such a crazy place. Yeah, like next time you gotta stay longer. We're gonna get some restaurant and all that jazz. It's gonna be sick.
Would be really nice. Yeah. We even stayed like with the team last year here. I know it was spring this year even. It's crazy how much happened. Yeah, we stayed like 2 weeks with whole team. I invited them. It was kind of nice.
It was a big place, like a big villa, like this one here.
Like this one, yeah, kind of like this one.
Nice. Yeah, it's crazy. It's beautiful. I always rent a bigger villa than I need. Then there's always empty rooms, and then I always invite people like, "Yo, come fly over," and they're like, "Okay." So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing now as well with the podcast and stuff like that. It's really cool. And you're staying close by, right?
It's really close. Yeah, it's 5 minutes by car.
Nice,
So
man.
Good area here.
Nice, man. What do you do in your spare time other than fishing and yeah, let's get back to that nerdy topic stuff. What other you do chess as well, right? Hashtag chess is sexy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I started just like a few months ago, like playing more.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I really like it. So I also tried if I can play with girls.
Yeah.
And it also works. Some of them even like it.
Oh yeah.
Some of them is more like, can we stop and do something else? But it's always funny, so
can we stop, please, and do something else? Oh, that's funny. Have you met a girl that is good at it, that beat you?
Usually I not always win against them because it's not nice for them. Sometimes I let them win.
Oh, of course, just to keep them interested in it.
Yeah, kind of to motivate them, you know. But I think so far, no. So far,
I'm really bad at chess, but
I'm also not so good. But
not yet.
Not yet.
It's really funny because oftentimes I want my girlfriend to play video games with me, right? But she only wants to do co-op stuff where we play together and not against each other. And she's like the cutest ever because she talks all the time. She's just like narrating her own playing. She's like, "Oh, what is this? Oh, I shot his eye out." You know, she's playing Doom. It's the funniest. You know, Doom, like the gory freaking. You're fighting demons and stuff like that, and you're like, there's all these animations where you like scratch the eye out of a demon and put a grenade in it, and then the skull explodes. And this one time, I hid my camera in the living room. And I recorded while she played Doom. And it was just like a 20-minute clip of her talking to herself. "Oh, I can't see anything. Oh, that's where I am. What happened?" It's just the funniest thing ever. If she would stream, she would literally, I think she would become world famous. She's a beautiful, pretty girl, entertaining as hell because she just rambles all the time as she's playing. It's the cutest thing ever. Have you met my girlfriend already? No, right?
No. Not yet.
Okay. She's coming on Sunday, actually. Next time, man. Next time we all get a celebration here in Cyprus, man. Here's what I would find interesting is like, where do you see yourself at 35? Married, kids, not yet?
35. I want to be want to have kids. That's for sure. I'm married.
With 35, you already want to have kids?
I think so. Like it's the age where I want to start like having a family also.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many?
How many kids?
Yeah.
I think 2 or 3 is good.
Okay. Girl, boys, both.
Both would be fine, but also at least one boy.
So you can teach
him.
Yeah. How did you learn it? Because you said, you were nerdy kid, not popular, kind of like the boring guy. What was the wake up moment where you're like, okay, I gotta change some things here?
I think I had several wake up moments. Like basically my whole childhood, I always had some, almost on daily basis, I had some stuff where I thought, okay, that can't be my whole life. Like I was too shy to ask for something in the grocery and didn't buy it or some bullshit.
Yeah. You can swear here, by the way. No problem.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I had it basically every day. Like somebody made fun of me, or I didn't know what to say or stuff. Didn't talk to a person I thought looks good. So I thought, okay, what could I do? And I didn't even know that I can change something. So after I got 18, I found it was a German fitness influencer. His name was Julian Zietloff. He's in the media, recently. Actually, this guy. And I saw a video from him where he had like a cooperation with a German dating coach, I think.
Who was that? Do you remember? Or do you not want to mention him because they're competitors now?
I think they don't do it anymore. I'm not completely sure what was the name.
Okay.
But I think I watched 2 or 3 videos from them. But I saw, okay, it's kind of possible. You can learn something. And then I found like Tyler. That was like first.
RSD Tyler. Owen Cook, shout out.
Owen Cook, exactly. And I thought, okay, this guy can get girls. No offense, but he doesn't look good at all. And I thought, that's really nice, actually. How does he get girls?
For anybody who wants to look him up, RSD Tyler on Instagram. Then you know what Lasse is talking about. And it's funny because who was that I told? Patrick McGibney's girlfriend, I think, also asked me, who did I learn from? It was the same guy. And I'm like, and she's like, that's the guy? He looks like Ginger Santa Claus.
That's a good description.
With a bald head. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's how you got into him.
Exactly. And then I saw a few videos from him. And then I actually found also you and all the other coaches.
Nice.
And actually I looked most of stuff from you, even the old RSD channel from you, German one I think, was really nice.
Oh, the German one yeah. RSD Deutsch.
Exactly.
Yeah, damn, that's cool, man.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. And I thought, okay, also it works in Germany, kind of nice. Yeah. Because a lot of people said, okay, it's in Germany, it doesn't work. And it's only American thing because American people are crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I noticed, okay, it works. And that's how I got into it. Yeah.
Interesting, man. Well, how old were you? You said 18?
Yeah, 18.
So how did you learn it? Like, did you just start going outside and just talking to girls, or?
Yeah. I had like one friend. He did it with me, and yeah, we just learned it, and I did some coachings also and stuff.
What coachings did you do? Just like in person or online courses, or?
It was in person coaching. I was like, I think 1 weekend. So
nice.
It was in Cologne, in Köln.
Cologne. Yeah. There was a German coach?
It was a German coach, yeah. And he also learned from you before.
Oh, no way.
Actually.
No way. Damn. Yeah. Man, that's so beautiful to see that.
Yeah.
Cool, man. And then how were your first experiences? Were you someone, because there's always different learning curves. There's someone that starts crushing it right away. He just kind of like needed permission and the knowledge. Then there's people who just suck for months, and then all of a sudden it clicks and they get better. And then there's people that get really good right away, and then they start sucking, and then they kind of have to rebuild themselves up. It's kind of similar to business. Sometimes we have people too, they make money right away, and then they have like one bad week and it just kills them on the inside, and then you have to rebuild them back up after like a couple of months, and then make more consistent money. So how was it for you?
Actually, the first experience I had was really good. Like I just talked to a girl, and actually I was so bad. Yeah, I couldn't say it. I think just the only thing I could basically say to her is that I found her attractive.
That was like during the day, or was it in a bar, or where was that?
It was during the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Was
she's
kinda
she's
nice.
just walking down the street, and you're like, "Hey, I
Yeah.
find you attractive."
Exactly, yeah. I was standing in front of her and, hey, I kind of find you attractive. And she was like completely on. I don't know why. I have no idea why. And maybe because it was really real. I didn't know any stuff so far. So
Yeah.
and it worked out, and I even had that one date with her.
Wow.
Yeah, and after that, I completely sucked. Like, yeah.
So all of it, yeah. So
Yeah.
for you, at first you crushed it, and then you boom.
yeah, I wouldn't say crushed actually. It was like luck. I
Yeah,
would say probably.
okay.
Yeah. And after that, I sucked like for several months completely.
Where's that first girl now? Are you still in touch with her?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
No Facebook, no nothing.
No.
You still have her number?
I don't think so. I think I looked her up some years ago, and then I found her on Facebook or somewhere. But yeah.
Do you still know her name? You should write her like, hey, by the way, you know how funny would it be? Like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. I was just one out of the many dates that you went on, but if you remember, my name's Lasse. I'm now traveling the world teaching guys how to be more confident with women. The fact that you back then were nice to me changed my life. How funny would that be?
That would be actually really funny.
Let's look her up.
Yeah,
Do you still know her name?
I think she would like it. I don't know her name anymore. That's the problem.
Come on.
It was something with L, but I'm it was Lisa. It was Lisa. A very general name.
Okay, how many Lisas are there in Germany? Can't be that many.
Just several hundred thousand,
So-
probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
how funny would it be if we would dig her up on the Instagram, or right now on the podcast, on Facebook or Instagram, and you messaged her?
Should I look it up?
Yeah, let's try. Hell, that would be so funny. And she's like, "Oh my God, I remember you." You never know. Maybe she's gonna be your wife. Who knows?
I know.
We don't know. That look right now.
So she was really friendly and cool, but now I wouldn't.
Okay,
They-
your tastes have changed.
My tastes have
Your
changed.
tastes have changed.
Have
All right, that's fine.
A little bit changed.
That is
But
fine.
She was pretty, but yeah. Now
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know more what I kind of girl I like.
And it's funny too. Is like most guys, while Lasse is looking her up, most guys have two types of women. One is the type that they think they deserve, and one that they actually want. And this is one of the reasons why dating coaching, if done by a good coach like you, is so key, because most guys just settle. Why do they settle? Because they're sick and tired of being rejected. They're sick and tired of the eye rolls. They're sick and tired of being ghosted. So they're just going to go, okay, you know what? This girl is pretty and she likes me, so why not? Next thing you know, you're married, you have kids, you build a family with a woman that you like, but it's not necessarily the woman that you really truly desire, that inspires you, that empowers you, that gets the best out of you. And that's why there's so many divorces, because men just settle. And it's the same with women too, by the way. It's exactly the same with women too. It's like, we settle for what we think we can get because it's so much easier than to just improve ourselves, to work on ourselves, to deal with hard rejections, or at the very utmost least, it's so much easier than going out of your comfort zone and approaching someone that truly makes your knees shake and your heart burst because they're so intimidatingly beautiful. So that's what most guys do. They settle for something less. And one of the things that dating coaching really does is, if you do it right and if you stick to it and if you commit to the discomfort, it opens up this realm where all of a sudden you're going for the women, or for the men if you're a girl, or whatever you are if you're in the men. It opens up this whole sphere of the kind of layer of partners that you're actually interested in, that you actually truly desire. So that's why, I totally get it when you say, like, okay, I wouldn't really date her anymore, because now, from all these years of self-improvement, you have now learned to go for the type of women that you're actually into. And that's beautiful. And that can sometimes take years. I mean, I know many men, I know it for myself as well, that it took me years to really truly go for the women that I actually truly desire. And funny enough, if I look at my girlfriend, I met her on Tinder actually, and way back in the days when I lived in Finland. We've been together now for 7 years. We just celebrated our 7th anniversary, and I actually thought her profile was fake, because she would look. I'm like, that's exactly the perfect woman. Must be fake. Got to be catfish. And I remember I exchanged WhatsApp with her, and I'm like, send me a picture, send me a selfie, like, because I was like, I'm not sure if she's real. And she sent me a selfie of 2 girls. one was the exact girl from the profile, beautiful, and the other one was because they were like hanging out. She was hanging out with her best friend, and the other one had a bowl in front of her face because they were eating popcorn. So she took the whole bowl and covered her face with it. And I'm like, oh God, I hope it's not the girl who's covering the bowl with her face. I hope it's actually the other one. So, and then funnily enough, I said, oh, let's meet. I'm done with the gym at this time. Meet me at the gym. And I was waiting in front of the gym. And I see her as she's coming across the street, and literally the first thing I think to myself is like, that one's gonna be my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. She hasn't even said anything yet. I'm just like, that one's gonna be my girlfriend, and now she is. And that's exactly the type of woman that I'm into. Blonde, blue eyes, long, straight blonde hair. I don't like curly hair as much. I mean, I'm fine with her hair, but I like straight hair much better. And if you ask my mom, she says, I had a kindergarten teacher. Her name was Karin. And she was exactly that type. And my mom always says she was the first woman I was in love with, my kindergarten teacher. She had long, blonde, straight hair, blue eyes. It's this little love story.
That's a nice story.
Yeah, man. Did you find her?
The thing is, I probably have her on my private Facebook, but I can't log in because I forgot the password. I never use it, so I never use Facebook privately. So
wait. You haven't been able to log into your private Facebook in like months, or what are you saying?
Yeah, I didn't use it, so I forgot the password, and I tried to make a new password, but it doesn't work. But I have to, show them that it's legit on another device. So because I'm in Cyprus, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, with the IP and stuff like that. Yeah, but you still have the email and stuff like that. Yeah. We should remember it, and then we should see what comes out. That would be so funny. That would be so funny, man.
Would be really funny. Yeah. I will text you when I find her. Probably I should find her because Lisa. I'm sure it's the name. Now I remember. Yeah.
I mean, but Lisa is like the most common name in Germany.
That's the thing.
No, that's so funny, man. That's so funny. So you still want to have Germany as your base, or are you looking at other bases now that you're basically able financially and setup wise to travel wherever you want?
Not completely as my base. No, I really like traveling. I also really like to come back. I'm happy to come back to Germany, but especially in the winter, I don't really like it to stay whole time in the cold place like Germany because I freeze really really easily. I don't know why. Yeah, and I prefer like more sunny places.
I mean, I get it. Because Germany is like bad in the winter. It's not like nice winter when you're in the Alps in Austria where you have like snowboarding and like winter wonderland. It's just like cold and gray. So I get it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do after Christmas?
Not sure yet. Probably go somewhere else.
South America? Ever been?
Never. No. Would be nice. Yeah.
It's somehow, I don't know. It doesn't. I have so many friends that live in Mexico, South America, Brazil, and stuff like that. And they love it. And I'm like, it just doesn't seem attractive to me. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, for me actually would be kind of nice.
Yeah?
I started learning Spanish like a few weeks ago. So
with Duolingo or what?
Yeah. Did you do also? Or?
No. I know Latin. I studied Latin in school, so I understand most of the words in Portuguese, French, Italian, all the Romanian languages, and Spanish. But I was like, nah. I like Russian much more. I like speaking Russian. It's a very interesting language. It's also very similar to Latin. It has the endings are kind of similar to that. But yeah, I'm kind of just waiting for AI to do the work for me, to be like, just put this thing in your ear and now you can communicate, you know. I'm in my head, I'm like, if I learn this now, I will master the language in like 2-3 years. And then you can already Google Translate so much and the technology will be better, and then I'll feel like a fool having learned it.
Yeah, probably really true.
Yeah. What, in regards to this AI stuff, where do you see like the future of dating? If you look at your clients and if you look how social dynamics and communication has been developing over the last couple of years, do you think it's getting worse with most men? Do you think it's getting easier? Are there more opportunities with like online dating, or is it more like stunning people's development? What's your take on that?
Like for now, we can clearly see that it's getting worse, like a few years ago, because people get less social. That's the thing. And after COVID, it was really, really bad.
Really?
Like, yeah. So many men were like not social at all, and also really unhappy and stuff because of this social isolation. So I think for now it's getting worse. It's kind of sad, but it's like this, you know. And many people also have a really short attention span. Like, for example, a customer we get from TikTok, we even can notice it when we talk to them, because they remember stuff worse and stuff. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But of course, it's also a good opportunity. Like when you master online dating, there are also some studies that relationships from online dating are usually a little bit better.
No way, really?
Yeah, because it's like a person that fits to the other person better, because they have a bigger pool of people. Yeah, and usually nobody talks to random people. So they just met one woman and a friend, who is like a friend or something. Yeah. And she's not 100% fits together. Probably.
So you're saying like most men are used to just meeting their partners from their social circles, but when they're doing it online, all of a sudden they have access to a wider range.
Yeah, okay, that's probably the reason.
So you said like you noticed that it got worse, especially after COVID. Like you specifically mean you noticed it with like clients? They have more deficits when they came to you after COVID, or?
Yeah, like a lot of clients talked about it. Yeah.
What did they say? Like,
they just told us, hey, before I didn't have big issues with girls, but after I was like more introverted. I was afraid to talking to people and stuff, because it was for such a long time for students especially, who just stayed at home, learned at home and stuff.
Wow, horrible, man. I mean, Germany was really hardcore with the lockdown stuff. I know like Germany, Austria, Switzerland less. Switzerland was pretty cool. I remember we still went to Switzerland 2020 and 2021, I think, before they even had mask mandates. It was like this little bastion of normalcy in between the crazy. And I noticed it with like all my friends from Austria and Germany. They were gone for 6 months, 12 months, just locked in with their masks. What are the N24 masks? What are they called? The crazy masks? What are they called? N24?
FFP 2.
Yeah, how did that come to N24?
That's like an online bank, I think. N26. Okay.
No, it's the FFP2. You know, in my head, it's just like a number and the letter. N24 mask.
N95 is the mask.
Whatever, man. Is that the same mask or are these two different ones?
Just different companies.
Okay. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, because in my head, we were traveling the world and we were in Ukraine. Basically, the whole pandemic. In fact, traveling during the pandemic was amazing. I freaking wish. I mean, there's part of me that enjoyed and wishes for another pandemic. I'm not saying it's a great thing. I'm saying there's part of me without the context that says, hey, it was kind of awesome too, because I remember I was at these airports, and at some of the busiest airports in Europe that are just empty. And I'm just strolling through the airport, airplane's empty. I was the only person there. I would travel to Iceland. One of the best trips I've ever had was in Iceland with my girlfriend, and there was no tourists, no nothing, just a bunch of online entrepreneur people like me, you know. And then like all my friends would see that on Instagram. They're like, what are you doing? What about the lockdown? And I'm like, what lockdown is? For me, it was always just this like thing that was official, but it was not actually done. Just like in Ukraine, it was like, oh yeah, Ukraine was officially in lockdown, but all the restaurants were open. They're like, yeah, just come in through the back door, you know, and like we just close the windows so people don't see. You know, it was this thing that was like, oh, you guys are really doing it? You know, like this, like, oh, you guys actually have to do the lockdown? For us, it's just this official thing. It's like the meme that's like, you guys are getting paid. You remember the meme? It's like, wait a minute, you guys have lockdowns? So then it's crazy because it damages. I think society on a social level got really hit really badly. It was heavy damage. Also, a lot of kids that are in this age where they have to learn how to talk to people and how to relate to facial expressions. And there's like kids that had like 2 years of just talking to other people that have a mask in their face. So there's actually studies that have come out that shown that a lot of kids that grew up during the pandemic, they are weird with socials. They're behind on talking, they're behind on speaking, they're behind on reading facial expressions, social cues, because they just didn't learn it. It's just 2 years of their development just missing with this stuff. And then again, like, that's why I think, good dating coaching is so important, and it goes so far beyond just guys trying to get laid. It just goes so far beyond that, and there's the stigma on it of like, oh yeah, you're just helping guys how to manipulate women and all this bullshit. But that's not what you do. You're teaching guys how to literally understand social dynamics, because we guys are idiots. Like, I remember how much of a fucking idiot I was. I had no clue. Like, I could barely read facial expressions. I just couldn't read it. I was like, what? Why does this girl just walk away? I thought she liked me. Because I couldn't understand, hey, frowny face means bad. Smiley face means good. Like, that's literally how I had to learn it. I had to learn this stuff the hard way. And, now I have a big sales team. We just hired another sales rep. I don't even know, we're like 10, 15 people. And I'm teaching these fellas how to close, how to set, how to reach out to people, how to outbound call, how to inbound call, and all that. And I've never done a call myself before I taught everyone. It's literally just social dynamics that I'm teaching them. Literally just that. And I have closers in my team that have, done 10,000 calls. And I review their calls. And I'm like, hey, here at 2 minutes 16, look at the facial expression. This means the prospect is uncomfortable with this, what you just said. And they're like, how do you know this? I'm like, it's just the dating advice that I've been teaching for so many years. So that's why I always say, stuff that you do, Lasse, especially in very conservative country like Germany, that's known to be a little bit, stiff upper lip. It's really, really important.
That's true. It's so important for the whole life.
Yeah.
And all aspects, actually, like social cues, reading social cues, getting more confident, knowing what you want and what all the other people tell you to do, stuff.
Big.
Yeah, or not dating toxic women or meeting toxic people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so important, of course. It helps so much.
Have you been in a toxic relationship yourself?
Yes, and 2.
Ooh, 2. Tell me about them.
Okay, the first one wasn't that toxic for me, actually, but it was like with a person who had like some mental issues, also like diagnosed.
Ooh, bipolar, or they're always bipolar most of the time?
No, actually, it was depression and also something else.
Was that when you already knew about dating stuff, or was that before you learned how to get better at it?
It was quite in the beginning when I've heard about it. Yeah. That was also the reason why I talked to her, I think. Otherwise, I would never have done it.
Okay, so you learned about the social dynamic stuff. You went out, you got first results, and then of course the first girl you're really into, you make her your girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
It was different. It was like before I really talked to people on the street, I listened to a lot of videos and didn't execute in the beginning, like many people. And I just did it like in a social setting. It was like a home party, and there I talked to her, and it kind of worked out for 2 months or something.
Okay. So, why was she depressed? Just genetically, or did she have to go through some stuff in her life?
Some stuff, yeah. Some crazy stuff. Yeah, and I thought also I liked her, so I thought, okay, should I stay with her? But it didn't make any sense. Like, I couldn't help her, and she was like so far down that it was really bad experience also. And it took me some time, but then I ended it because didn't make sense.
What does she do now? Is she fine?
I think so, yeah. I think
good.
Now I met her in the gym a few years ago.
No way.
2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah. She looks like crazy good also.
Of course.
Yeah. I think she's modeling or something.
Oh, damn.
And I think she's now a lot more confident. And
gym does a lot, like even just something as simple as like shut up and go to the fucking gym really helps a lot of people. Of course you can overdo it, but I think, something as simple as just starting to move your body is so helpful.
Yeah.
And the second one?
And the second one was like a real toxic relationship. Ooh. As you would describe it, like general.
Yeah.
It was really, really bad. I think for both of us, probably more for me. So it was like 3 years even. It was kind of crazy.
Whoa, you've been together for 3 years?
Yeah.
And that was when you already knew about social dynamics and all that?
Yeah, I met her talking in the daytime then.
Oh. Where's she now? Is she fine?
I think so, yeah. I think she was fine anyway, so.
Well, if she was toxic, she wasn't fine.
True. Really true, actually. I don't think that... I don't know, actually. But maybe she also did something with her mindset and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she also has a lot of work to do, and I don't think that she did it because it's a lot of work. So,
yeah. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Do you teach your clients also things that are more like in the lifestyle direction, where you say, you tell them to go to the gym, you tell them to eat clean, stay away from alcohol, drugs, or is it really more like purely based on the social dynamics aspect?
No, it's also lifestyle, for sure. Yeah.
What do you teach them?
It's not like they have to go to fitness and become bodybuilder or something. Not like this. But if they want to improve it, we also have like a class for this from a friend of mine who's like personal trainer. Mm-hmm. They can check it out, but it's not part of the official program. But we help them to dress better because it's really important.
Yeah.
And it makes so much difference. Like especially in the beginning when you're kind of shy and stuff. Like the first appearance helps a lot. So we do this, and also like grooming routines, also getting a social circle a little bit. Also, and it helps a lot. Yeah.
That's cool. That's one thing that I kind of never did, the style aspect, just thinking back to the 2 pieces of clothing that I used to wear.
Yeah.
It's really funny how far I got with like really shitty clothing. It's so funny. Like, you know
it's
what?
Possible, yeah.
It was really like, if I look back on my Instagram, on my Max _Tornow Instagram, I can go as far back as 2018, I think, where I was really just like, what the hell was I wearing? Just the weirdest freaking clothes. And then I had this weird beard as well before I like started grooming my beard properly. I like to say that I have better style now. I hope so, at least. I look pretty good, I think, in terms of what I dress as. But back then it was really, really, really bad. And I specifically know the game-changing time was I was in Barcelona visiting Bastian, one of my back then assistants, who was on my 3rd world tour, I think. And I took this picture in front of the W Hotel. I think I recommended that hotel to you once when you were in Barcelona. Super nice hotel. And I literally, I'm wearing a tank top and shorts and winter shoes and a hat. And someone commented like, Max, I really love you, man, but you really got to do something in terms of style. And for some random reason, the way this was phrased, I was like, yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time for me to do something about it. And that's why I then started. I hired. Oh, there it is. There it is. We got the picture exactly there. Look at look at this. It was a tank top that I bought in Hawaii. This was April 2018. There you go. It was a tank top that I bought in Hawaii. It was workout shorts that I bought in I think Washington D.C. of the University of Washington, and then a random hat. I think it was a Gary Vee hat or something like that. I really got to see if I still have that comment here. I suppose that would be so funny if I would really find that. Man, there's a lot of comments in there. Love the boots, someone says. Yeah, I literally had like winter shoes, even though it was like Barcelona. It was kind of funny. Yeah. What's the coolest place you've ever been to on your travels so far? Because you really traveled quite. I think you traveled more than I did. At least to more far away places.
That's true. I traveled a lot actually.
Yeah.
The coolest place. There have been so many cool places. I would say New Zealand actually for me, because I really like nature and it's really crazy there.
Oh, you've been there before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, didn't you live there for a while or something like that, or study abroad or something?
No, someone else.
Who was that studied abroad there? We also had him on the podcast. All right, so you've been to New Zealand before?
Yes.
Okay. Just move there, man.
To New Zealand.
Yeah.
That's really far away, and I have to meet my clients regularly, so.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think totally I don't want to live there. I also have a friend who lives there, and he really likes it.
What's so
person I
cool
know.
about it? I always just think about the Lord of the Rings stuff. And what other things can you do there?
You can do lots of outdoor stuff, like can go fishing. It's perfect. Mushroom. I think mushroom actually not.
Oh, wait,
It's
there's
not
no
good for
mushrooms?
there's no mushrooms there.
Wait, really? There's places where there's no mushrooms? Hold on a second.
I think there are some, but it's not good for collecting mushrooms.
Okay. Right. So that's why you don't want to move there.
No.
That's the real reason. Lasse Landeck does not want to move to a place where there's no mushrooms to collect. Do you put on a hat, like pretty much a bucket hat?
Of course.
Hey, really?
No.
Okay, that would be funny. What's the best clothing to collect mushrooms?
I just have to have like long pants, because otherwise then the bugs can get inside of you and bite you or some shit.
Inside of me, damn.
Not inside of you, but inside of your clothing, you know.
All right. Long pants, got it.
Usually, exactly. But other than that, completely
Freestyle.
freestyle.
Okay, cool, man. And anyways, back to New Zealand. So why is New Zealand so cool? Outdoor stuff like what?
Like everything, rock climbing, biking, hiking. It's really nice.
I never knew you're that much into that kind of nature stuff.
I just enjoyed being in nature. Like, it's really nice. Also, like here, for example, after Barcelona, it was really nice to just come here, and it's really calm, you know. And you have some sea and it's chill. It's really good. Yeah.
I really love Cyprus, man. It's every time I come here, I like it more. Just exactly as you said, it's quiet here. You get to watch the sun go down every day. You walk down to the freaking beach. You take a swim in the sea. The food is so good. Like Nikki Bra, the guy we had on the podcast before, my nutrition fitness expert, he literally says like one of the best places on earth food-wise is Cyprus. And Cyprus is so underrated. Like everybody just wants to go to the cool places like Mykonos and freaking Amalfi Coast. I've been to Amalfi Coast. It's beautiful. But Cyprus is so underrated. The quality of life is so damn high here. It's so incredible. And it's not crazily, stupidly overpriced for no reason. You know, like you can literally, like we've gotten so many villas where we would see the sea and they were not like whatever 30K for a month or something like that. You know, they were just a couple thousand. And it's still really beautiful. And like I said, I have a really good butcher here. I buy all my steaks there, all my chicken, all the eggs. They're always local. And if they're not local, then they're imported from South America, but they're still super, super high quality meat. And the gym here is like, and this gym you get recognized all the time. You said that's the same gym that Jon Olsen used to go to. The fitness. So we should have said, yeah, fuck it, Tower Fitness. If you're ever in Cyprus, go to Tower Fitness. That's where all the online entrepreneurs are. And it's literally only online entrepreneurs. I've never seen a single local there. It's all just British people and Germans and Austrians and some Americans as well. And they're all like, every time I'm like, so what do you do? Oh, I have my own business. Some people even work out with their rollies there. I've seen a bunch of guys with their Daytonas just doing bench press. It's so funny. So I said earlier I wanted to tell you that. So just the other day, the first thing I did, I come into the gym. I'm just warming up for a overhead body press. The first guy comes up. He's like, "Oh, Max, you remember me? We took a photo here last year." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I really don't." And he's like, "Anyways, can I buy your mastermind? Like, can I like literally become your client?" And I'm like, "Sure, you know, book a call." And actually, that reminds me, I got to follow up with my team to see if he already had his call or not. I can't fully remember. So that was funny. And then the second thing is, I'm like 10 seconds after, a woman comes to me and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I overheard your conversation." And somehow she found my Instagram. I don't know. She had my Instagram pulled up on her freaking phone. And she's like, "Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever heard of Fitline?" And we got a shit on Fitline here. Fitline, I think it's called Fitline. It's some sort of like MLM or something like that. And I'm like, and in my head, because she asked me if I ever heard of it. And I'm like, I did hear about it. And it was when I was at massage therapy in Austria, in my hometown. There's only like one massage therapist guy. And I come in and his whole office is full of Fitline products, right? But I don't recognize it yet, right? I'm just lying down and he starts, doing some physiotherapy on my back, and he's like, "Have you ever heard of Fitline?" And I'm like, no. And he's like, yeah, you're fit guy. It's these powders. It's great. I do it all the time. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm checking it out. And he's like, no, it's really great. So he just pitches me the entirety of the 1.5 hour physiotherapy session. The entirety. When I say entirety, I mean the entirety. So I'm like trying to change the topic, I'm like, yeah, anyways, And he's like, yeah, no, but the powder is really great. Like he always brought it, and he was so bad. And in my head, I'm like, dude, like, at least pitch me nicely. Like, at least give me a good pitch, I was almost offended that he didn't give me a proper sales pitch. He was always just so bad, so obvious. And needless to say, I never went there again because I'm like, I don't want to be pitched this bullshit ass. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's bullshit, but it sounded like bullshit, If I have to be pitched about this, it sounded really bad. But anyway, so I'm at the gym and this lady is like, yeah, Fitline, it's great. You know what? I'll give you some free powder. So she gave me a couple of packs of it, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then literally about 5 minutes later, some guy comes up and like just gives me thumbs up for the bench press because I'm benching 97.5, 10 sets, 3 reps. So I'm just like, what are all these nice people here today? So he's like, oh, great. And then the fourth guy comes up, which is Christian Wolf, who's like, hey man, like I follow all of your stuff. Can I shake your hand and stuff like that? And then I got to know him, and I'll meet him tomorrow. He seems like a really, really cool dude. And then he was the one who told me about the Nicorette thing. He's like, yo, I always take nicotine gum. It's really great. It helps with cardio. And I'm like, oh, all right, I'll get some. But I don't know. I don't like it. I'm also tired now. I feel tired from it. Do you feel tired from it?
A little bit, yeah.
After the initial high, you kind of get like, ugh.
Oh. Compensate with coffee.
Ah, that's the thing. Compensate with coffee. Good. And then the coffee makes you jiggly, and then you take some other stuff. You should always compensate one side effect with the other. I quit coffee since yesterday again. So my whole idea about coffee is like never do it, right? And then we did the coffee challenge in Japan where we did Andrew Tate's coffee routine. And then I'm like, this is great. Like I did it the whole week and I got a lot of stuff done. And then here I did it every day. And before that also, I drank like 4 cups a day, full on, and I got so much stuff done. And then yesterday I was at the massage. And that massage therapist here is great. Her name's Angela. She's like a middle-aged woman. She's got a kid who's her son is I think top 3 nationals in karting. He's a really good kart racer. And he was top 3 last time. Maybe he's even top 1 now. It's really funny because every time I go into their house, because she has like a therapy room in the house, when I went there yesterday, it was full of trophies. Like this freaking kid won a bunch of trophies apparently, and then he was like playing video games and stuff, and I'm like, oh, you're playing Call of Duty? He's like, yeah, how did you know? I'm like, I just recognized it, And anyways, and she massages me, and she's like, yo, I've never seen your body in a worse shape than this. You've gotten way more muscles, way more gains, but you're full of lactic acid. You've lost a lot of your mobility. You haven't stretched at all, and you're massively dehydrated again. And I'm like, yeah, that's the coffee. And she's like, look, cut it down on the coffee. I know it's good. I know you like it. I'm like, no, I don't even freaking like it. I've just been chugging this stuff because it makes me work more. And I hear enough. I've just been, it's like you put nitro in your engine. It lets it go faster for temporarily, but ultimately it's bad for your engine. That's how it felt. And as she was massaging all this bullshit out, and she kept telling me I have to drink more water, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this coffee stuff. I'm out again. I don't want to fully be out of it and be like as dogmatic as I used to be, where I say no coffee ever, but also not like I have been now, which is 5 days a week, just full on all day long. I want to find some sort of balance, as I always am, right? It's always this either do full on and have it destroy you or not at all. So I want to kind of find a balance. So yeah, that's how I do it. What do you do when you work hard? Like, I mean, like as an entrepreneur, you have these grind times as well, where you just grind. You just sit in front of your laptop. What's your routine like there?
Like in the beginning, where I worked like 12 to 14 hours a day, I just did it because I was used to it before I studied medicine, and we had to study like every day basically. went to the library like in the morning, like at 8 or 10,
Hell
and
nah.
went home at 10 or even later. So
Bah.
for me, it was like even more chill because I liked it a lot more than like
You like the studying more than the business stuff?
the business stuff a lot more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because you don't have the pressure of like the exam that is looming. I would guess so.
Probably, yeah. And I was more interested a lot, of course, like in everything, also the business stuff, dating.
Hell yeah,
50 times more interested.
Definitely more interesting than medicine.
Yeah.
So, you just scratched your rollie at the villa. What a sentence. He just now scratched his rollie on the pillar of the villa. It's a Datejust you have there, right?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Of course.
Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look at the thing. Are you gonna buy another one, or is it just like a thing like you want one, so you just have one, or are you now getting excited about watches?
Actually, I needed a watch because I lost my other one.
Oh.
I shouldn't do it with this one.
What was the other one?
The other one was a really cheap one. Or it was like 200, or a cheaper one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Here?
Yeah.
No, there's no scratch. I think it survived. Yeah, just the villas.
Do you? Here's my question. Do you work with the watch on a laptop? Because when I'm on the laptop, it always scratches the bottom part.
Yeah. No, I don't do it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I have like 3 watches that I have when I work, and then one, like the latest one I bought. I'm like, I should just not wear this thing when I'm working on a laptop.
Yeah.
So it's only like kind of like when I go somewhere.
It's also uncomfortable, I think, because it's scratching and weird. Like,
yeah. But what I really found fascinating about specifically Rolex watches is they're super comfortable to wear, even though they're some of them are bigger, bulkier. But if I get like watches that are just like cheaper random watches but the same shape, they're just always like, you always feel like you have something on your wrist. But with every Rolex watch that I own, you barely feel it. Like after a minute, it's like it just fits so nicely to your skin. Plus I think the gold or the steel or whatever it is, it's so neutral in terms of temperature exchange that it doesn't feel like something else on the skin. So I think that's the C. I'm not an expert, but that's kind of my guess.
Makes sense. Yeah, no, it's also my experience.
Yeah. So no next watch in sight yet.
I don't think so. Like I have one because I like it actually also, and it's good for like we also have advanced customer who have like big companies and stuff.
They see it and they like recognize it. Yeah.
Exactly, and then I get more respect from them, or they see that's really a real business that.
Yeah,
it's serious and not some online scam. So
yeah, I mean I remember that's why we got it. That's why we were like, yo, okay, for the more advanced clients, they should recognize it. You were on the right side. You're left-handed.
No, I just put it there because I don't want to have both on one hand, you know. So.
That's funny. I'm like, you're supposed to watch it on the left hand, to wear the watch on the left hand and not on the right.
Yeah, usually I wear it on the left hand, but today not.
Oh, really? So you mix it up like that?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Does it even? But then everything is like the other way around. Like the crown thing is then.
Yeah, you have to spin it then, otherwise.
I can barely get it on the right hand. Wow, that feels weird. Yo, my right wrist is way thicker than my left one. Holy shit! It like cuts off my blood circulation on the right hand. Wait a minute. The way you said it, like that's interesting. But for real, I cannot wear it on this.
It's a business coach, you know. Yeah.
Look at this. It's like cutting off my whole wrist. That's so funny.
Crazy. That's such a big difference. For me, it's also a difference, but.
What are you thinking, you dirty minds? Which one? Oh, yeah. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, as a businessman, you know, you have to release some stress.
Yeah. It's all very acidic above the shoulder. It's numbers all the time. Matthew McConaughey, have you read his book, Green Lights?
No.
Great book. Great freaking book. He reads it himself. I mean, he wrote it himself, and he reads it himself if you do the audiobook. Super cool. Personal development book. It doesn't go like too deep so that it gets boring. You know, he has a lot of funny anecdotes. Great guy too. Like it's a joy to listen to it. I really recommend it.
Yeah,
What are
we'll
you
check it
listening-
out.
What do you do audiobooks or
Yes,
at all?
yes, also
What do you listen to right now?
a lot.
Like what?
It's like a German book. It's like about manipulation actually,
Ooh.
but not because I want to learn it, but it's interesting to recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it called?
I think the art of influencing or something.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, Simon recommended me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only book you read, or do you read sometimes simultaneously?
I have more books, but I don't know exact title.
Let's
I can
think
check it
about.
out.
Let's see. Let's go through our libraries. Here's what I listen to right now, and this is kind of something that I always do when I'm in Cyprus. I listen to sci-fi books next to the regular personal development stuff. So I was literally just Googling like best sci-fi books, modern sci-fi, something like that, space. So right now I'm reading Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes, which is actually really good. It's really good. It's about this woman who's a team leader of a salvage crew, and they're flying like to the outer solar system, and then they come across a shipwreck of the biggest luxury passenger ship that has ever been built. And it's completely abandoned, and then they go board it because they want to bring it back and then claim it for them, finders, whatever, and then get the reward for it. And then they just like find like dead bodies floating around, and like, why did they all die? Like, there's no sign of anything at the ship, and it's like a psychological sci-fi thing. Very, very interesting book. Really, really like it. Then what I've also started is Total Competition by Ross Braun. It's about Formula One competition. It's my third or fourth Formula One book that I'm reading. It's really, really great. The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Stoicism, best philosophy ever. How to hire A players for a second time because we're hiring a lot of sales folks right now. So I thought like, yeah, I should read it again. And that is it. I started Scattered Minds because a friend of mine recommended it to me, which is about ADHD in kids and what it really looks like in their brain, and how, of course, you can help out with that. And what I just finished is My Life in and Out of the Rough by John Daly, a famous golfer. I have nothing to do with golf. I played it 3 times, but for some reason, I think I watched a YouTube video about him. He became famous because he hasn't drank a single drop of water ever. Like, he only drinks Coca-Cola. Then he had a huge alcohol problem where he only drank Jack Daniels. Then he almost died. Then he switched to only beer and Coke, Diet Coke. And he's like literally like, golfing is like a very clean sport. And he's literally like the only guy who's there, like eating chocolate muffins, drinking like 16 beers and Diet Coke, and smoking like at the golf tournaments. And he's one of the few guys that won against Tiger Woods multiple times.
Crazy.
Yeah, great book. Crazy freaking guy. One of these people that is just like, yeah, I was like an alcoholic. Then they told me I got to stop drinking. So I just switched one addiction with the other. And that was chocolate. So he's just like, I was just totally addicted to chocolate for like years. So he would write what he would eat, like in the morning, like 16 chocolate croissants mixed with hot chocolate, 3 candy bars of chocolate, and then at the tournament he would just eat 18 chocolate chip muffins and stuff like that, and 2 chocolate chip milkshakes and stuff like that. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I resonate with these kind of people that are always like all or nothing, Anyways, what's on your list? Okay, it's getting funny. Let's go.
Ja, like the one I told you, Psychology, also die Psychologie des Überzeugens.
Ja, Psychology of
Persuasion. Ja, von Robert B. Cialdini.
Okay.
Then I started Kybalion, is the name. Like, Tyler recommended me. But it was like really confusing. So,
how do you spell that? C?
It's spelled Kybalion.
Kybalion.
That's Kybalion.
Oh, yeah, the Kybalion. Yeah, okay. No, I do not,
okay.
but I'm getting it right now.
I started it. It's really, really cryptic and stuff.
I was about to say, the author is the 3 Initiates. It's not even like name, it's just like 3 fake name people.
It sounds like some there are some Christian stuff or something.
As long as the regionalists and blah, blah, blah.
And then Crucial Conversations. This one is actually really good.
That one's good. I was at their we had a seminar, Crucial Conversation seminar for RSD back then, like for internal conversations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Julian recommended me also.
Yeah.
That's really good. And the Evolution of Desire is also really interesting.
Of the what?
Desire.
Desire.
Mm-hmm.
Evolution of Desire. Ooh,
yeah.
All right.
That's like really scientific, what women really look for into men.
Yeah.
And what really automatically attracts them and stuff.
So you're really into this dating stuff, full on. That's amazing.
So.
It's amazing because you're passing all that knowledge on to your fellas, to all your clients, you know.
It's
all right.
really good, yeah.
All right.
For example, he explains why women cheat in this, like biologically. It's really
why do they cheat?
kind of interesting.
Why do they cheat, Lasse?
Then you have to read the book.
Come on, tell us. Share some knowledge.
I think like there are two ways, and one of them that the other guy can provide more value, has more resources, like more money or something. It's especially for women who are more like, of course, gold digger or attracted to like this things.
Status and stuff.
Yeah, and the other one is like who's more masculine and stuff. Like, more like
higher testosterone.
Yeah, exactly. But it's of course really good explaining stuff with examples, so it makes more sense. When now I say it, of course, makes sense. But
I mean, out of your experience as a dating coach, I'm sure you've been, on the other end of this a couple times. You've probably been with women that were in a relationship while they were with you.
Actually, not much, because when I never did something because I didn't like it. But few times I think it was like this, like probably on Instagram after I thought maybe, but they never told. Okay, one told me after. Yeah.
So she told you. So you became intimate with her, and then she told you, by the way, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah. After she was even married and had kids.
She was married and had kids, and she cheated on her husband with you.
Yeah.
Why?
But I didn't know before.
Why do you think she cheated on her husband?
I think, actually because of the reason that he was kind of boring and not like high value anymore. So she didn't respect him anymore that much.
Do you also think that she cheated on you? That she cheated on him with you because he didn't desire her enough anymore, and she felt a lack of being wanted?
Probably like desire not enough, yeah. But I think it was like, as I would guess, probably a guy who's like not really masculine, like really submissive and doing everything for her,
How did you meet her?
In the club.
Oh, of course.
She was alone in the club.
Okay, that is obvious. That is very obvious. If a woman literally goes alone in the club, it's for two reasons. Number one, she really, really, really likes the music there. She's just like, this is my favorite artist or whatever, and I just want to dance. Which is like 5%, and 95% is like, I really, really, really want to find a man for the night. Probably not a man forever, but a man for the night kind of situation.
Yeah.
I've had this too back in my dating life a couple times too. It's like, hey, where's your friends? Like, oh, I'm here alone. I'm like, oh, all right. So that's always interesting. So out of your experience, what do you think can a man do to not be cheated on?
The girl has to be emotionally connected to him, and when this is the case, it's quite unlikely that she cheats, in my experience. Like when a girl is connected to a guy emotionally, then she won't cheat, like even when the other guy is more higher value and stuff usually. So it's important that she sees a lot of value in you, and of course value you can create different scenarios. I would say, like, it's that she has an emotional connection with you is also really important. That sets you apart of all the other chats out there. They look better than you and stuff.
The taller, better looking guys.
That's the advantage. And the other one, of course, you have to provide some value. Like, you have to be confident, masculine to some degrees. Depends how hot she is or how many options she has, and have your shit together. Yeah.
You mentioned a couple of times emotional connection. How do you build that emotional connection?
I would say automatically over time, usually, when you're a person who can open up a little bit, not too much, of course, that it gets boring, but you can kind of also share some stuff about you. And being high value, but also share like your vulnerable side. Like you also have some weaknesses and stuff, but not on this like nice guy way. I'm such a victim, but like, hey, I'm this really cool guy who is high value, and I also have like this emotional side. So you can connect really good, and also good sex helps a lot in my experience.
What do you think, out of your experience, it makes good sex good?
First of all, technique.
Okay.
Like just to know the spots, Also girls have some spots and some angles and stuff that's really important. And foreplay, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that she is also emotional into it. And that you're really into the flow, like you breathe and you're not like tied up like many men. Then also a reason why many men like come too early, for example, because they're too stiff up while they're doing it. And just breathe, go with the flow, and really be dominant, like the masculine part, and she's the feminine. Like I would say like some stuff.
What about music? What kind of music does Lasse Landeck like to play when it's about the good times?
Actually, I let the girl choose usually.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
No. They always choose the worst.
And when it's too worse, then I say no.
Enough.
Yeah. But I personally, I don't listen to music that much. So.
Really? Oh, that's right. I remember it. You told me once. You're like, music is super weird.
Only when I work out.
That is so funny. You let the girl choose. Jesus Christ.
You choose metal?
Yeah, black metal usually. Like that.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I've had a few metal girlfriends where we just, In Flames, Behemoth. That was really heavy stuff. Trivium, stuff like that. Yeah. I had one girl that was into Dragon Force, which is power metal, which is really funny because it's very fast but not aggressive. It's all about like melodies and singing instead of screaming. But yeah. I think what I really like is like house, deep house, anything relaxing, stuff like that. I like having music there. I'm a big fan of all the time. I listen to music when I work too. I listen to music almost all the time. At the gym, I mean, there's only two things I do. I either listen to podcast audiobooks or quality control of my staff. So I listen to coaching calls of my staff or sales calls of my sales staff, or like I said, any sort of other knowledge or audiobooks. Or when I'm at the gym, I listen to music, or when I work, I listen to music. But it's very different types of music, because when I'm at the gym, I want to listen to metal, instrument heavy things where I can focus on the music. But if I would do this at work, I would be too focused on the music. So there I usually do drum and bass, or deep house, or any sort of kind of like DJ sets of like, what are these two guys from Germany? Cosmic Gate. I listen to a lot of stuff. That's basically it. But drum and bass right now, liquid drum and bass, it's just really good. It's just 4-hour mixes of that's like I lock into work. You hear it probably a lot of times when I send you Loom feedbacks that still have the drum and bass in the back.
I know it. And also like a Legion bootcamp, I think. There was some music.
Oh, yeah?
You listen to some music.
Oh, the Tron Legacy soundtrack. That one's a good one, too. I think. I probably shared multiple songs at the Legion bootcamp.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, the Tron Legacy soundtrack is so good. It's by Daft Punk. They made a lot of film music. And the Tron Legacy soundtrack is really, really, really freaking good. Yeah, man. Should we wrap things up slowly? You got something else to mention that you want to say?
Yeah. What should I say? And I would say like, it's not for everyone, but
what's not for everyone?
Like in general, like online business and also dating. I think a lot of people, they don't have any desire to improve, but I would say like maybe 20% of the people who want it, who have at least a little bit of a spark, they should go for it, because it changes their whole life, and it's so much more on your terms, and you have a lot of have better quality of life, so to say. So I would do it. For me, it changed everything. So should do it. Risk something.
Risk something. Go put yourself out there. Worst case scenario, you just suck at it, and that's fine. But at least then you know.
Yep.
You know, it's funny that you said for both dating and for business. It's so true. Like when you see a beautiful girl or whoever you find beautiful, and you're like, oh, I'm intimidated. Like, I'd rather walk up to them and get rejected, make a fool out of myself, and have literally like the neighboring table laugh or something like that. But then at least I know I gave it a shot, than just not doing it and going home and being like, what would have happened if I had done it? What if she would be with me right now? What if she would be with me 10 years from now? We would have a lot of beautiful babies. She's the mother of my children and the love of my life. All you'll never find out if you don't risk getting rejected. What if that business idea of yours is taking off and you're literally making 10,000, 20,000, 200,000 a month from it? Or you just failed, but then at least you can get it out of your system and you know it's not for you.
Yeah.
So, Lasse, you're a legend, man. Thank you very much for being on the pod. And we'll do more of it. We'll probably be on the same island a couple more times over the next years.
I think so, yeah. Thanks for having me here, and thanks for helping me with everything so far, dating and business.
Namaste, man. Let's go. Next 100K a month. We're very close, so we'll probably still make it this year. And keep serving your clients. Keep doing epic stuff. GG.
GG.